Welcome to Offsite Dirt, the podcast committed to news and insight in the offsite construction industry. Join our team of experts covering modern methods of construction, high-performance build, lean manufacturing, prefab, and beyond. Here's the dirt on Offsite Dirt. Hello, welcome back to Offsite Dirt. We're talking marketplace with 360Connect. We have two gentlemen in the sales arena for this amazing company that not only works in the offsite construction solution area for creating leads and quality leads and excellence driving revenue, but so many other categories. So we welcome today Paul Garcia and Andrew Klett, and both of them are going to give us a little bit of their background with the company. Paul, we're going to start with you first. Give us a little bit more background on why you joined the team at 360Connect.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Audrey, thank you so much. Excited to be here. My name is Paul Garcia. I'm Director of Sales for 360Connect. And I actually started with the company about 18 years ago, if you can believe it. So I've had two jobs in my life. One I won't talk about here. And then 6 months later, found some entrepreneurs when we were much smaller. And what I loved about the folks that I met, business is all about doing working with great people. And I immediately noticed that they had just great principles, right? Honesty and integrity, do right by the customer. And that jives with me. So, I've stuck around this whole time and helped grow the organization to what it is today.
I love it. And Andrew, give us a little bit of your background and tell us a little bit more about what 360Connect offers.
Okay, sure. Be happy to. So I've been with 360Connect I just celebrated my 14-year anniversary back in September. And I'm a senior business development executive, started off as sales. And it's interesting because the company I came from is still one of our biggest customers, Mobile Mini, if I can say the name, and a great company. But they've been with us for a long time, getting leads nationwide. So I actually used the 360Connect leads when I was at Mobile Mini, and Mobile Mini used every lead service out there. The only ones I ever really got excited about were 360Connect leads because I had so much success with them, and that was one reason I really was interested in this company and came over to 360Connect because I really believed in the product and the service, and one reason I've stayed so long. But the other thing too is it's just been as Paul said, a great company. They really hire fantastic people, and it's been an amazing 14 years.
Congratulations, both of you. It's so wonderful to see people that have been with a company that long because we know that that's not really the case these days. So being there for 18 years, being there for 14 years, that's a celebration to the commitment and what this company has provided.
Yeah, thank you so much. And, we're committed and we want to continue the growth.
So when we were talking about buying products or quality leads, Paul, what's your feeling about, people looking at that specific business model? Are you seeing that people are more actively engaged with buying products today than before?
Well, certainly they have more avenues to buy, right? At all hours of the day. And to take a step back, to be clear about what 360Connect is. So 360Connect essentially is an online marketplace where we connect buyers and sellers essentially. And so, buyers obviously are always looking at all hours of the day online for different products and services like, storage containers and mobile offices and even modular buildings, right? And the idea is that they don't always know the brands. They don't always have established relationships. Maybe they do know the brand and they didn't, have a great experience and they want to switch or they want to find a new provider. And what 360Connect is a way for them to connect with a reputable supplier in their area that actually sells them exactly what they want. And that's from the buyer perspective. From the supplier perspective, it's a way to capture customers that are actively looking. We love to say that the best buyers are the ones kind of raising the hand on the internet saying, I want to buy and I want to buy now. I just need to know who to talk to. So that's kind of the value proposition we provide buyers and sellers. And I think, just with the the modern marketplace we have now, there's just so many ads. There's so many ways to get ideas to build a business or build a project that people are always looking. People are always thinking about how to grow their companies and create companies. So I would say things have changed from previous times.
Andrew, can you give us a little bit of background on maybe your prefab or your offsite solutions that you guys provide? Maybe some of the companies or how how does the search engine or the sales engine work for the consumer looking for products from you?
Okay, yeah, good question. So, first, I'll preface it by saying there's an incredible demand for storage containers and mobile offices, and I think a lot of suppliers don't even realize how many people are looking. And that's what we do is we find those people who are looking, and essentially they search online. They use keywords like storage container, shipping container, mobile office, and generally our site will be one of the first ones to come up, and they will then enter their information on what they're looking for. I'm looking for two 40-foot containers. I need them at this address in Austin, Texas, and their contact info. We then put that lead through a verification process and to make sure we have accurate contact info and somebody who agrees to be contacted, and then immediately get it to our clients. So we'll find a lot of buyers that our clients are missing, that they haven't heard about this company or this company, and or maybe they're using a company that they're, like Paul said, not happy with. They're looking for something else, and we'll help our buyers find those customers that they're missing. And there are a lot of them that they out there that are looking. And shipping containers, especially, is one of our largest categories. We generate thousands of leads a month nationwide for containers. To give you an idea, earlier this year I actually bought one for my property. I can look at it. I'm looking at it right there, and very happy with it. And so, finding these buyers, and one of the hardest parts of marketing is finding people who are interested in your product. Cold calling is so outdated, and it's just not a good use of time. You have to make so many calls to really reach somebody who's interested. The idea is, who are those people who are looking for our product, looking for our service? We want to talk to them, and that is what 360 Connect does. Is we connect those suppliers with active buyers, people who are actively looking for their product.
I think one of the things that you guys do really well is you have an amazing marketing department. Not only that, they provide some really interesting content. We've been able and lucky enough to be sharing that content offsite dirt. And one in general, I think I like about the program that you guys have set up is this amazing, easy format to go online and utilize the information there. So you're looking for this marketplace. You guys have these great vendors and relationships with the end user, and it's an easy process. Are you finding with the people that are your leads or the people that are coming to you, do any of them mention how easy it is to kind of get online, know the information, and then being able to connect the dots quickly with the technology that you guys supply? Paul, I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the one thing is, a lot of companies we work with are amazing in the construction space, right? Like it's in their DNA. At the same time, the marketing and the web pages and the ads and all that is something that they're really learning, or they're leaning on third parties like us to be experts in. So a lot of times, sellers that work with us, they say, hey, look, we have this website, we have these forms where either they're not converting, or for some reason we're just not generating a lot of leads. And what they love about us is that we put a tremendous amount of effort, spend a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of expertise to get these forms so that they're quick, they're easy. The customer can feel like their information has been collected and clearly understood, but also fast, because we're the time we live in is like, let's go, 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 right? So I think our average time that it takes to fill out a form and then to start getting calls is like 45 seconds, something like that. But they can clearly say, hey, look, I'm interested in a modular building. I'm looking forward to this size. I live in this city, in this state. Here are some particulars about my project. And then they can connect up with companies that literally work in that city, in that state for that size of building, for that building type. And then business can go and move forward from there. So yes, I would say that the buyers do like the model. And I do have some stats here. Going back to Andrew's comment about a tremendous amount of volume. So in modular buildings, we're getting 27,000 requests per year of businesses that are actively looking for modular buildings. Mobile offices, 30,000 per year, and then over 300,000 in storage containers. So it's interesting. It's just a tremendous market. And even if you're a national company, you'd be surprised to learn that there's even more opportunity out there than you're seeing on your own sites.
Andrew, on your side and new business development, are you actively always looking for like good vendors or suppliers to bring to market? Is that something that you actively do in your role?
Oh, absolutely. So sales and marketing, it's one of those things that you have to keep your foot on the gas. So you constantly look, you're constantly looking for new customers. We obviously we like larger corporations and companies, but we work with everything from large corporations to small companies and small business. And 360 is on top of generating leads for our clients, we're very big on marketing our brand as well. And so we have a lot of sources where we find leads, people who are looking for customers who are looking for their products. And so we have a lot of tools that we use, everything from Salesforce to ChatGPT. We're now incorporating more AI. Yeah, and we a lot of one of my favorite tools is just the video conferencing, which we started a couple years ago. And me being kind of older guy, an old school, Paul kind of had to prod me several years ago. Say, hey, and now I don't see how we ever lived without it. So yes, we do kind of take an aggressive approach to marketing without being too overbearing. And we're not telemarketers. We don't call people at odd hours, and we have a when we do call people, we have a purpose. We make it clear we have a purpose for reaching out to them, and one of the very first things we do is get kind of what we call an upfront contract, where we ask, hey, this is Andrew with 360 Connect. I was told you might be the person to talk to. Is it okay if I take about 30 seconds to tell you what we do? And, if it's something that's interesting, we can have a longer discussion. So just take things like that, strategies and techniques that help us, present our product and find new clients without being, the persistent, for example, the persistent Sunday only sale guy at the furniture store.
Yeah,
So
because nobody likes that guy anymore, right?
no,
We're
no,
all too busy, and I think everything really is about relations. And I also feel like what you were saying, find quality information so that you can share, because really it's almost you're a helping hand. That's what you're doing. You're supplying a service that can make people's life easier for the things that they're looking for, right?
exactly. And I think going back to your question about the usability of our site for buyers, I mean the as Paul just mentioned, the stats that we have, the amount of leads that we generate and potential prospects we find really speaks to the usability of our website and our site when it comes to searching for products and services.
I agree with you. Paul, I would love for you to kind of talk a little bit about the revenue equation. And you are on mute.
Oops, excuse me. Sorry.
No
Uh,
problem. No
I
problem.
need a swear jar or tip jar or something. The mute jar or something, right?
We all do. We all do.
Yeah, if we all calculated how many times everyone does it on a daily basis, we could solve our national debt probably if we're all throwing a nickel in there. But yeah, so revenue equation, really simple. So we have a revenue equation that I think makes sense, right? So obviously you need a great product. You need a viable product that you could take to market that you can sell, right? But really to drive revenue, two things, there's two factors, right? There's one is you need interested customers or you need leads. You need quality leads of people that have interest in your product, that have a need for your product, that want your product. There's a whole spectrum of where they are in what's called a buyer, like the buyer stages, right? But they got to be in the buying stage, right? And then on the other side of it, and then the other variable, if we're doing like algebra, is what we call sales excellence. And sales excellence is the pursuit of professionalism in the sales world. And that's something I want to talk about because, sales is an interesting deal, running a sales team for a number of years and working with lots of different salespeople. There's a lot of people that kind of just fall into sales. Somebody told them that they're real charismatic and, they look sharp in a dress shirt and they're a great talker and, hey, you should go into sales, right? And they go into sales and they realize that a lot of sales is just unstructured. There's not a lot of training. There's not a lot of coaching. There's not a lot. And then they try to just kind of figure it out. They go in the field, they make calls, and either they figure out or don't. So there's unfortunately, lots of failure, lots of struggle. And I think when we say sales excellence, there's this other path of professionalism that says, hey, I respect the profession of sales. I want to learn as much as I can. I want to, be knowledgeable in what's called a selling system, which has specific processes and approaches on how you communicate with people. And then, we find that companies that dedicate time and resources and energy to develop a professional sales team, when a professional sales team times quality leads and buyers, when you put those together, just revenue just explodes, right? So that's the revenue equation.
You are mentioning so many amazing topics that come to sales, and talking about sales excellence and really valuing the sales team as a collaboration of the brand, not just a number, right? Not just a person that's there to make the check the list, say they've done it, but to really go through and create this selling system and this process approach that you guys have. Paul, I have to commend you. I find that refreshing.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it, we'll definitely, Andrew and I, going back to, working with Jeff and Jim McKinley, the founders of the company, they believe honesty and integrity, right? So I think just based on that alone, you look at many people in the sales profession that, it's always about the number, always about the number. How do I get the number? And unfortunately, some are lured into, hey, do whatever it takes to get the number, including mislead or you lie to customers. And that's just opposite of our approach on how we do things. So, we found a system, many years ago called the Sandler Selling System. And it's based on what they call disarmingly honest conversations. And it's different. You might hear us say often when we're talking to you, hey, this doesn't sound like a fit. This doesn't sound like this is going to help you. Or, hey, I think we might have a deal breaker. Should we just stop now? Or, hey, we scheduled 45 minutes for this call. But look, if we're 5 minutes in and you don't think this is a good deal, do you mind if we just stop it here? Because we don't want to waste your time. We do stuff like that because we think it's honest and direct. And, it goes back to our core values of just treating people right and doing the right thing.
Amen to that. And I love that you also have this system, this highly qualified system, this online service that also helps that, right? You're also getting these quality people, quality leads of information that really want a product and are ready to buy. So that makes all the difference in the world. Andrew, how do you see the company in the next, let's say 2 years? What are some of the goals or aspirations that 360 Connect is looking for in the future?
Well, growth has been one of our uh, um, biggest goals over the last several years. To give you an idea, I started with the company. When I started with the company, we had maybe, I want to say, 30 employees, 20, 30 employees. And we've now grown to, we've split off into two different companies since then. So we have 360 Connect in our sister company, Uncommon Logic. And between them, I would say we add about 60 or something uh, employees. But as a company, I think when it comes to generating revenue, we've increased tenfold. And we started off with it was myself and Paul and this other lady in sales. We now have, I believe, 8 people in the 10 people in the sales department, a marketing team, a client success team, lead processing team, and we're not stopping there. We have no intention of stopping. Our goal is to bring on more reps over the next year and continually do better every month. So I'm really excited about the prospect of this company's growth because I've seen it grow so well over the last several years, and I can imagine. I wouldn't be surprised if we double our business, our client base over the next 1 or 2 years, and we do this through we continually train on sales, have sales training and train on our Sandler skills. We have role playing. The sales team takes to heart, always getting better, always achieving, and then evolving and changing markets. As we discussed, cold calling is really, really dated. Uh, you have to keep up with new trends, new technologies, and 360 Connect, I think we're at the forefront of doing that as far as marketing, training new people, keeping up on technology. And that makes it really exciting, and it makes it look like a really bright future for this company and where we are going to go in the next couple of years.
That is exciting. And I love that like you said, you've seen it from the ground up. I mean, you've really been there. So just so that our, audience knows, they have several different categories, everything from building and construction, business security, office food and beverage, office supplies. They also have outsourced services and other business services. So, make sure that you go to the site. I love their tagline, Simply Buy Smart. It has been such a pleasure to meet you, Paul and Andrew. Thank you so much for your time, and continue to success for both of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Audrey. We appreciate it. We appreciate you letting us on your show, and hope we can do it again sometime.
I hope so as well. I continue to see great opportunities out there, and I'm so glad that you're servicing our community for finding the needs that they have, and you have such a vast array of services. It makes it very valuable for our community. So thank you all for being here. That's The Dirt on Offsite Dirt. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.